Alright, I am in a new place. Doesn't look like much. I am in one of the union study rooms. I've never been in one of these, but I wanted to get somewhere as private as possible. So I decided to check one of these guys out. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll actually study here sometime, but they're usually full, which is why I've never been in one. So I got really lucky today. I have a question. Do we have to do this every week now, where we go in a new place? So you can get back to me on that. Alright, I have a lot to say. First, I loved this play a lot. I read it, I think, 3 times last week, and then I'll read it again for Monday. I liked it a lot because I think that the subject was really cool, the writing was just really cool and emotional. And to me, it read a lot like poetry, and I couldn't really see it being performed as much as the Children's Hour, because the way the words look on the page, it just looks like poetry has been looking. So that's also something that makes me wonder about how it would be performed. Would we know how the words are looking on the page, and then the parts where there's the 2 columns of writing, is that 2 speakers, or is it just her answering herself? I don't know. One thing that stood out to me a lot, and I didn't really get to talk about it in class because I don't know if it has that much significance to the threads of conversation we work on, but on page 29, it has the little paragraphs of flash, flicker, slash, burn, ring, press, dab, slash, all those words. And in conducting class, we have this chart called Lobbin gestures, and slash, ring, press, and dab, and punch are all Lobbin gestures, which is just movements created by a dancer. So we studied those in conducting, and they've been drilled into my head, and then seeing that multiple of them in these paragraphs, it made me really curious. And I don't know if you have any knowledge about that. So that's one thing. And then I'm really glad you said you're gonna try to find another day for us to talk about this, because I got really sad at the end of class on Monday when we were done. I feel there's just not enough time to go as in depth on everything that we read, which is really sad. But no, I like this a lot, and I'm excited to go back to it. And staying after to talk about my paper with you was really helpful, and I would definitely do it again. Maybe not for this one, but definitely for other papers. But I've been tweaking things and moving stuff around, and hopefully it's getting better. We'll see. And then today we had library day, which was really helpful. I don't really spend time at the library because it intimidates me because it's so big, and I usually just, if I have to do homework, when I do homework, I usually just go to Starbucks because I drink a lot of coffee and I know the people there, and it's not as big. But no, it was the first time I checked out a book at this library, so that was a new experience, which was fun. And I've always been curious about how to use the databases, because I wanted to look stuff up for music, and I've just not known how, and I didn't know who to seek out for help on that. So learning and being instructed on how to actually, search for things was really helpful. And since we were just looking at the bare minimum of the sources we're choosing, I didn't read everything obviously, but it made me really excited to keep going, which I didn't expect. Just there's so much out there. Today was very eye-opening in that regard, but I have sufficiently talked for a really long time, so I am going to go now. I just realized I didn't talk about my week. We're actually socially in other classes. I can do that. I think this will also fulfill my video editing requirement because it's going to be a separate clip. I'm going to edit them together. This week was fantastic. Last week I got overwhelmed and stressed about things, as you probably noticed. So I also went to Oxnard for another class for conducting, and it was really helpful. And yeah, that was good. I just went to Strange Matter in downtown Lansing. It's one of my favorite places ever. If you like coffee and you haven't been there, you definitely should go. And I'm home this weekend, which is why I'm doing my vlog right now, because he said to film it on campus. So otherwise,